Have a little word about his parents, who were amazing racquetball players.
Thank you. So I wrote a few things down. This should only take a few minutes. I am their oldest son, Chris. I can sit here and talk about my parents' accomplishments and titles, but instead I'm going to talk about myself. You see, I'm the result of love, family, and racquetball. I am a McDonald. Jason Geis said it best a couple years ago when me and my mom played him in the mixed. You play weird, dude. I take that as an accomplishment, you know? It makes me feel unique. Playing like a McDonald always has. First time I came out here, I was 12 years old. I'd never played a tournament. They gave me the 1 seed in the 16 and unders because of my last name. I'm my mother's creation and my father's son. While my mom raised me to become an elite tennis player, racquetball is my passion, a passion I acquired playing on the courts in the shadow of the University of Florida football stadium. It's there where I can truly say, if it wasn't for racquetball, I might not be here. Yeah! I was raised on those courts. I watched and learned every day for hours and hours as they played, many different faces that came and went. Racquetball is their religion. Torn knees, bad back, 7 months pregnant. They always found a way to play. It's on those courts that I acquired my instincts for power and touch by watching my father, who seemed to invent new shots as he played. I still don't see very many of you hitting big bounces. I learned to compete by watching my mother never back down in the face of the most intimidating men, and by beating my father and having to earn every victory, even when I was 10 years old. I don't even think I won one. Yeah. I acquired an understanding of the mental game and the art of trash talk, as nothing is held back amongst the closest of friends, especially when it's family. There's just nothing better than when me and my mom were out there playing against my dad and my brother. In recent years, I come across people that play with my parents, and I hear the stories from my childhood. And they tell me how tough my mom was or how amazing my father is, as if I didn't already know. There are people who never played racquetball who have told me that they knew my parents because on football game days, it was their pregame routine to come by and watch them play ball. And if they weren't out there playing, they were superstitious the Gators were going to lose. That's how they know them in Gainesville. They're a fixture on that courts. Those courts have since been removed. A few years ago, my dad came across an aerial photograph of the stadium in the 80s, and he instantly started to look for his truck in the parking lot and for their shadows on the court. And at that time, a sense of excitement came over him as he was immortalized in a moment in time. Mom, Dad, this is another one of those moments. So proud of you. Congratulations.
I don't really have to say a whole lot because it was really sweet of Chris to say all that about us. In August of 1973, which is 40 years ago, I walked onto a racquetball court in front of the football stadium at the University of Florida, and I walked up to him. There were 16 courts, and every court was filled with people, 4 people to a court, and there was dozens of people waiting to play. And I randomly walked up to a court that he was on because I kind of thought he was a good-looking guy. So I walked up to him and I said, "Hey." No, I actually said, "Hey, I can beat you." And I had just picked up a racket about 6 weeks before that. I didn't even know how to play. And he swears that I actually said that I can beat you up. So we started playing, and he was pretty good. He was a little better than me and got better than me, quicker than me. But about a year or so later, in 1974, I think it was, we read an article about a national tournament in California. And we were like, wow, there's other people playing racquetball. This is before Facebook and mobile phones, you know. We were like, wow. So we decided we were going to go the next year. And we drove. We were on a student budget, and we drove in a little Volkswagen Rabbit with no air conditioning.
Nice.
And we didn't have money for a hotel room. We kind of parked on the side of the 405. And the highway patrol stopped us and said, you have to get off the highway. And we went to Orange Coast College and played in our first tournament. Woo! But all I want to say is it's been 40 years of incredible memories, all of the relationships, all of the kids we've gotten to see grow up. But the most amazing thing have been players like Charlie Brumfield and Marty Hogan. They were our idols growing up. And when we were coming through the game, and when they came out and supported outdoor racquetball, it really made us feel like we were real racquetball players. So I want to thank everybody who comes out and supports the tournament every year. Thank you so much for this honor.
All right, guys. I want to bring up Marty Hogan. He's going to say a few things about Mr. Brumfeld, who I've never met, and